So, where did I go? Short version is, I've been busy as hell in a few different business ventures. Longer version is that I was unsure of wherein my ability to promote or publicize one venture versus another began and ended, so I kinda went radio silent while I cleared that up. Much Overthinker time was, of course, devoted to seeing how the Screw Attack My Vids Don't Suck contest was going to play out, but yeah, it has been over a month, so sorry. What I can now announce is that barring unforeseen issues or circumstances beyond my control, a new Game Overthinker episode will air as the entry in my semi-final appearance in the Screw Attack video competition on June 12th. Will you be able to see it elsewhere earlier than that? Maybe, I don't know, working to find that out. Either way, I hope you like what you see and you'll vote for it, if you like it. That said, I wanted to get a little bit of overthinking in while I can regarding E3. Now, folks, we all get that E3 is a trade show, right? That even though there are booth babes and the line between gaming fans and gaming journalists is ridiculously nebulous, we get that this is a convention where businesses get together to show off stuff that made money or that they hope will make money in the future for the benefit of their partners, investors, and shareholders, right? Because it seems to me that for the last 3 or 4 years, it's the same bullshit in the coverage. Corporate guys get up to give a presentation for their products, and the gaming community throws a fucking tantrum if anything other than hardcore games gets mentioned. Guys, it's not a fan convention. It's not even open to the public. They're here to let their investors know that they plan to keep earning money for them. Yes, I know, you don't care about the vitality sensor. Neither do I at this point. But you know what? Nintendo's investors, that's the shit they came here to hear. They're fucking psyched about that because they know how well it's going to sell and how much news it's going to generate, i.e. another year of Today Show pieces about this mysterious magical video game that cares about your health. What else were people pissy about? Oh, Nintendo again. They showed a girl game. Boo! Good lord, guys, grow the fuck up. Guess what? Video games are now played by people other than white males in their mid-20s. That's a good thing. It means a stable industry and a reliable product. As a trade-off, it means you have to put up with occasionally having to see something you have no interest in playing spoken about for a couple of minutes. I repeat, grow the fuck up. Look, here's the thing. The stuff we want to hear about from E3 is mostly stuff they know they don't have to make a big deal out of. Be honest, you didn't need to be told that there will be new Mario, Zelda, Halo, Metroid, Final Fantasy, and God of War games in the near future. And you don't need a full E3 presentation to know whether or not you're going to buy them. It's like McDonald's getting up in front of their investors and making a big show about keeping the Big Mac on the menu. Duh, we knew that. That said, regardless of who had the best presentation, spoiler, these guys! I wonder if I might risk some flame bait and ask if it's yet settled that whoever sells more consoles at this point, Nintendo is the unquestioned leader of this generation in terms of who's steering the conversation. We can all see that, right? Set aside the sales even, since we know that no one is catching the Wii at this point, and really, unless you've got money invested in the company, who gives a shit? But think about it. The big story going into this year's E3 was all about them, i.e. will they have another quote-unquote disastrous showing? And the two biggest hush-hush wow announcements from Sony and Microsoft turned out to be the unveiling of their versions of Wii controls. In fact, you could summarize all three console makers in headline form thusly: Xbox to become more like Wii, PS3 to also become more like Wii, and Wii to become more like itself. In terms of what the big guns want to talk about and show off, E3 has become that little piggy, the one who cried wee 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 all the way home. No judgment from me on that, but it sure is interesting, isn't it? As for me, the most significant thing I saw was the sheer spectacle of how much build-up was lavished on the Beatles rock band. In fact, I'm willing to call it even more Wii effect, even though it debuted in front of Microsoft's presser. Think about it. Can you imagine a big-ticket game aimed well more than halfway at baby boomer-aged gamers getting this kind of debut before the rise of the casual/older gamer? Hell, getting made at all? I don't think so. The creepiest thing I've seen was unquestionably Peter Molyneux's Milo, which as near as I can tell is a dating sim designed by and for Gary Glitter. My biggest comes from the new Metroid. Don't get me wrong, Third-person Metroid is fine by me. As far as I'm concerned, any step any franchise takes away from the first-person shooter genre is a positive one. But I've got a few reservations. The most interesting thing about Samus Aran is that she's the only female hero in gaming, hell, maybe in all of modern science fiction, whose gender and sexuality aren't just downplayed, but rendered completely irrelevant by her in-game attire. Thus, I'm a bit reticent about how well this aspect of her will be respected in a game developed by Team Ninja, the creators of Dead or Alive. It's one thing to gesture toward fan service in Smash Bros., since fan service is the whole point, but in the main series, I don't know, here's hoping. But, as you may have guessed, my biggest thrill was New Super Mario Bros. Wii. A 4-player simultaneous Mario console side-scroller, and you get a penguin costume? Wow, they might as well just take my money now. One thing though, apparently your available characters are Mario, Luigi, and 2 Toads. That's kinda weird. You'd think maybe Peach and Daisy, or Wario and Waluigi, or... No, best not to even joke about that. I can see Toad as one of the guys, a revisitation of Super Mario Bros. 2's lineup, sure, but why 2 of him? Call me crazy, this seems like one of those things that'd be a placeholder for something they haven't finished yet. Could be, anyway. In any case, that's me on E3, sorry about the delay, and please vote for me. I'll be in touch one way or another.